In the winter, towards the spring, we frequently took turns, 2 and 2, to watch the soldiers by patrolling the streets all night. The Saturday night preceding the 19th of April, the boats belonging to the transports were all launched and carried under the sterns of the men of war. We likewise found that the grenadiers and light infantry were all taken off duty. From these movements, we expected something serious was about to take place. On Tuesday evening, the 18th, it was observed that a number of soldiers were marching toward the bottom of the common. About 10 o'clock, Dr. Warren sent for me in great haste and begged that I would immediately set off for Lexington, where Messrs. Hancock and Adams were, and warned them. He also sent an express by land to Lexington, a Mr. William Dawes. Previously, I had agreed with Colonel Conant and some other gentlemen in Charlestown that if the British went out by water, we would show 2 lanterns in the North Church steeple, and if by land, as a signal, 1. I left Dr. Warren's, called upon a friend, and desired him to make the signals. 2 friends rowed me across the Charles River, a little to the eastward, where the Somerset man of war lay. They landed me in Charlestown, where I met Colonel Conant and several others. They said they had seen our signals. I set off upon a very good horse. It was then about 11 o'clock. After I had passed Charlestown Neck and got nearly opposite where Mark was hung in chains, I saw 2 men on horseback under a tree. I discovered they were British officers, and they started after me. I turned my horse and galloped towards Charlestown Neck, and then pushed for the Medford Road and got clear of them. After I alarmed almost every house till I got to Lexington, I found Messrs. Hancock and Adams at the Reverend Mr. Clark's and told them my errand. After I had been there about a half an hour, Mr. Dawes came. We refreshed ourselves and set off for Concord. We were overtaken by a young Dr. Prescott, whom we found to be a high son of liberty. We agreed we had better alarm all the inhabitants till we got to Concord. We had got nearly halfway when I saw 2 British officers. I called for the doctor and Dawes to come up and said there were only 2, and we could have them in an instant. I was then surrounded by 4. The doctor jumped his horse over a low stone wall and got to Concord. I observed a wood at a small distance and made for that, but out started 6 officers and ordered me to dismount. One of them clapped a pistol to my head and told me he was going to ask me some questions, and if I did not give him true answers, he would blow my brains out. He then asked me if I was an express. I told him I was, and added that there would be 500 Americans there in a short time, for I had alarmed the country all the way up. He then ordered me to mount my horse after searching me for arms. We rode till we got near Lexington Meeting House, when the militia fired a volley of guns, which appeared to alarm them very much. The major rode up to the sergeant and asked if his horse was tired. Then said he, "Take that man's horse." I dismounted. The sergeant mounted my horse, and they all rode towards Lexington Meeting House. I went across the burying ground and came to the Reverend Mr. Clark's house, where I found Messrs. Hancock and Adams. I told them of my treatment.